Good morning, Bernie. Slept in a bit this morning. It's 1500 hours. Or 0900 hours, 15 minutes. It's 9:15 in the AM for those who... 9:15 for the digital brains. Yeah. Leg's still doing some weeping. It's alright. At least it's not tears weeping out from my eyes yet. I would like to read to you the letter I wrote into the Advocate newspaper, which they never print. Countless letters, not one. It's titled Winston's Plight. Anyone who actually grasps the comprehension of George Orwell 1984 probably doesn't burp like that. I'll start again. Winston's Plight. Anyone who actually grasps the comprehension of George Orwell's 1984 knows that although the Big Brother concept is a major factor of the manual, it is not the main plot. What George Orwell's greatest message in the story to the world was the loss of comprehension of the written word, the dumbing down of society to the point that newspeak is simplistic sound bites and TikTok attention spans. Long-form literature is lost on today's generations, even most of mine, and I'm 52 years old. Look around. Existential crisis rectangles. Thanks for that one, Bear. Bear Independent, go check him out. Abound. I'll start that sentence again. Just so you don't get lost. Look around. Existential crisis rectangles abound. Click, like, share, dopamine hits. And believe anything any talking head tells them in an echo chamber of their favourite content influencer, disguised as news speak. Kids with badges feeding the legislature machine with their trespass legislature, while the rule of law is walked all over in courts run by lawyers, usurping the magistrates and judges' authority granted them by us, and yet we are not literarily intellectual enough to see where the problem lies, and blame the usurped rather than the usurper. Gross perversion of the natural course of justice as they hold the courts in contempt and make a mockery of law itself. Look around again. It's anti-everything. Anti-social, anti-moral, anti-self-reliability, anti-family, anti-cohesivity, anti-sovereignty, anti-Christ. We're supposed to be proud and out loud. Proud of what? Our illiteracy? No, teeth, right? Editors can't even spell check or punctuate. Pride cometh before the fall of man. Of course, the editor of the Advocate's not going to put that in there, is he? So I shall ask my friend to plaster it all over his social media, because I don't need the social media. I'm not an influencer. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. Of course. How else would this be getting out to you? If it does. I only had like 7 subscribers yesterday, but one fell off. I'm not here for the clicks and likes and subscribers. I'm not here to steal your thought. I'm here to get you to think for yourself. It's not for me to do your thinking for you, nor is it for anybody else. It's not for anybody else to tell you how to live. It's up to you to find out. You see, this nanny state that they call it ain't a nanny state. It's turned into a Stasi state. A technocratic Stasi state. Where nobody has the critical thinking skills or literacy to even see in foresight anymore of the most simplistic things. Rather than use common sense, which ain't so common as we know, and learn lessons, everyone just follows guidelines and rules under the guise of law. What happened to burning yourself to find out something was hot? Shit happens sometimes. Sometimes just shit happens. What happened to everyone's personal hero's journey? Love, struggle, triumph. Disappointment, shame, redemption, all of those things. Whatever happened to it? You know, the reason that we're here in the first place. What, did you think it was just a tax revenue machine? A commodity to be traded and enslaved by a financial system? A meat wagon to be tokenised? Look a little bit deeper. You're not that name on the piece of paper. You are you. Nothing less. And nothing more. You can't have dominion over people, which is authority. Only the law can. While usurping the law with lawyers, and the prosecutor is just a fancy, another name for a lawyer. It's just a way of distinguishing which ones the ball's being handed to next. Prosecutor, lawyer, prosecutor, lawyer, prosecutor, lawyer. They're not throwing the ball at each other. They're tossing it to each other. Everything's opted in automatically, and you've got to figure out how to opt out. But you don't know how. You're signing they took away long form, carbon. Oh yeah, it's the carbon they wanted to get rid of. And replace it with digital. Now you don't get to read the fine print because everything has to be done right now, and it's scrolled past all the time. Oh, that's right, that just means this. Or on the phone. You're expected to agree to contracts over the phone that, yes, apparently, is your signature. Your vocal biometrics. Oh, and you're not a meat wagon commodity turned into a digital identification? Welcome to the new straw man. Welcome to the new citizenship. How can you be sovereign if you're stuck on a citizenship? How can you be a free man of God in the flesh? Man in the flesh. Walking on God's earth, obeying and abiding by the law, God's law. How can you be? You've signed yourself over to a citizenship. No, I'm not talking about the tinfoil hat. You're on a ship lost at sea. However, that's how they whack maritime law over you. Well, that's not what this is about. This is about the purposeful dumbing down of society. So nobody questions anything. 1984 wasn't about cameras. It was about people losing the ability to think for themselves, believing anything and everything they're told. There's a war over there, is there? Uyghurs are being exploited in China, are they? There's a comet coming straight for us called 3i Atlas. Is there? Is it really? They've got 2 perfect red heifers ready to slaughter once the 3rd temple's finished being built. After it's built, there's a ceremony of the washing with olive soap happened yet? Are they really immaculate red heifers? Or did someone pluck a couple of white hairs out of them? How do you know? Because your favourite influencer told you? Your favourite talking head? Derek Johnson? Whitney Webb? Who told you? Is there really an Epstein list? That we're never going to get to see, not really. How do you know it's legit? How do you know it even exists? Everything in the world is hinging off a list that we'll never get to see. Not really. Whatever we see, if we see anything, it's just going to be a piece of paper with black rectangles all over it. And a couple of names of people that are probably already dead. When they said question everything, they didn't mean the colour of the sky. We all can ascertain with our own eyes that is blue. Don't look up, everyone. Don't look up. So everybody looks up at the lines in the sky. Okay. Yeah, they cloud seed. Yes, there's aluminium, brontium, mercury, bromide and bromine. There's all sorts of stuff in it. Well, you can't have lead-based paint. Or we can't have child swings painted with lead-based paint. It's toxic. You ever worked in a gold mine or a lead mine? Do you know your body has lead in it anyway? And we have glands that secrete that lead from our body. When your lead levels get too high, they send you home for a week or so with pay. Then your lead levels come back to normal and you can go back to work in the mine. Lead ain't that bad. It won't hurt you. But yet they whack mercury in our vaccines. Mercury, that will send you mad. They stuck mercury in our mouths when we was kids. I had a mouthful of it once. Now I've got no teeth. You think maybe it was the mercury? Everyone's running around decoding Q drops. Not even stopping to think for 1 minute. Is this just a never-ending AI program to keep us busy? Looking for silly clues that mean nothing. Well, Donald Trump stood on one foot and scratched his ear. Donald Trump got shot in the ear. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Look at any real fighter. Look at their ears. That's them just getting hit in the ear. He had the top shot off his ear. It doesn't grow back. He's not a salamander. He's not a skank and grew a new tail. What's the Psy-Op? The Psy-Op itself is a Psy-Op. It's like the movie Inception. It's a Psy-Op within a Psy-Op. The nightmare is real, but you're not awake. You're sleepwalking. Don't even know where mine is. Here it is. Well, not even switched on. Walking around with your existential crisis rectangle. Click like, share, subscribe. Dave Chappelle, the comedian in America. He's kind of like a black George Orwell, isn't he? It's people compare Charlie Kirk to Dr. Martin Luther King. As if I had a dream. Click like and share, subscribe. That man would be judged not on the colour of his skin, but on the strength of his character. Changed my mind. Yeah, don't think so. People running around believing news speak. Oh, the Muslims are coming to get us. The Muslims are coming to get us. No, they're not. Well, China's going to attack us. China's going to attack us. No, they're not. Muslims couldn't give a flying fuck about us. They're not radicalised Muslims. They're radicalised individuals. They're radicalised people. Useful idiots being used to keep us running around chasing our asses. As we run around worrying about China going to attack us. Yeah, right. When they had the fake proxy war in the Pacific Ocean between United States and China, well, the outcome will be very real. But make no mistake, it's a proxy war to lower the population. But America, the outcome will be real. America definitely wants to pillage and plunder the nation state, today's nation state of what was the biblical Philistines. They want the largest deposits of uranium in the world, which is us. We have 31% of the world's uranium right here in Australia. But yet China owns Australia. They've owned us since 1975. Since the signing of the Lima Agreement. They've just kept buying and buying and buying and buying us. They now own all of our industry, all our infrastructure, mineral rights. South Africa's got some, yeah. Who do you think South Africa's going to be teaming with? Not the United States. China will protect their assets, okay? Not going to invade us. They're just going to take the country. They're saying, well, now you owe us. We saved your country. People don't study geopolitics. None of you study geopolitics at all. You haven't got a clue. You're too busy being told what geopolitics is instead of actually studying it. You see, at school there was social science and social studies. One is studying social events and current events. The other one is the science of it. How do we manufacture consent? How do we engineer society? Social engineering. Gaslighting is an extremely effective tool. Especially when you want to render a nation defenceless. But unfortunately, Winston's plight, she's a playing out. Because the sharpest tool we ever had is now as dull as a bowl